Okay guys, here's the beginning of our second video. This is page 2 of the honors review packet. So let's go through. Skill 1D through E, this is going to be 15, 16, and 17, asks us to name the relationship complementary, linear, pair, vertical, or adjacent. Use all that apply. Okay, well my two angles here are here and here. You'll notice that they're both on one side of the line. Since this is 90 here, that's that box right there, we know that this is going to be 90 as well. Two angles that add up to 90 degrees are complementary. So A and B are complementary. Oh, this is funny. This is the wrong complementary. This is like when you're complimenting someone. So complementary, there we go, complementary. They're also next to each other, these two angles, so they're adjacent. Okay, let's look at number 16. Well, we just said, oh, these two are next to each other. That means they're adjacent. Okay. They're also on one side of a straight line, so they're a linear pair. They add up to 180. They're next to each other, and they're on one side of a straight line, so it's a linear pair. Okay, number 17. These two angles are across from each other. If you look at it, they're both formed by two straight lines that are intersecting. Okay, so A is between orange and yellow, B is between orange and yellow. So this is an example of a vertical angle or vertical angles. Okay, on to topic number 2. Number 18, suppose the coordinate of P is negative 2.5 and PQ is 22. What are the possible coordinates of Q? Well, I like to draw a picture each time, so let's do that really fast. The coordinate of P is negative 2.5. Here's an announcement.
This is just a friendly reminder that we do have Chick-fil-A sandwiches for sale in the sports lobby. Please feel free to support the senior.
Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so this means the length of PQ is 22, which means I can go this direction 22 or I can go this direction 22 in order to get to Q. So if I want to go in this direction, the positive direction, I'm going to take negative 2.5 and I'm going to add 22 to that amount. That's going to give me a value of 19.5. If I want to go backwards this direction towards Q, I'm subtracting 22. And if I do that, I'm going to get a negative 24.5. So the options for my coordinates of Q are 19.5 and negative 24.5. Number 19. Point P is between point H and G. So if I'm going to draw a picture, here's H, here's G, and we know that P is somewhere in between. It could be drawn anywhere on here. We don't know how far yet. But we do know that HP is 4/5. And we do know that PG is 3/10. Find HG. Well, the whole thing is just the sum of its two parts. So let's just do 4/5 plus 3/10. Well, they don't have a common base right now. So I'm going to take 4/5 and multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 to get 8/10. That's a lot easier to add. So my final answer is 11/10. That's my length of HG right here. Okay, number 20. R is between S and T. So here is S, here's T. R is somewhere in between. RS has a value or a length of 5x. RT has a length of 4x plus 1. And ST, the entire thing, is 28. So let's set up an equation. We know that the two pieces, the sum of the two gives us the whole. So 5x plus 4x plus 1 equals the whole thing, 28. I'm going to combine my like terms. 5x plus 4x is 9x. Okay. I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides. That's going to give me 9x equals 27. And if I divide both sides by 3, I'll get that x equals 3. So there's x for you. Now we need RS, and I'm going to pick up my red pen. Here's RS. RS was 5x. Well, now that we know that x is 3, we can plug in 3 for x. 5 times 3 gives me a value of 15. So that's the length of RS. Now we need RT. We're going to plug in 3 here. 4 times 3 plus 1. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1 gives us 13. And another way we can check our answer, 15 plus 13 gives us 28, and that's how long the whole thing was supposed to be. So we're in good shape. Okay, number 21. X is the midpoint of segment XY. Remember that line on top means segment XY. So ZY. Here's Z, here's Y. X is the exact midpoint. That means we can mark each of these pieces with a tick mark. That means that this piece is the same length as this piece. We know that XZ has a length of 3x plus 4, and XY has a length of 2x plus 10. Because x is the midpoint, these two halves are the exact same size, so we can set the two halves equal. I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides, and I get x plus 4 equals 10. I subtract 4 on both sides, and I get x equals 6. Well, they didn't ask us for x, they asked us for the value of zy. Okay, well, zy is the whole thing, so it's easier to plug into each piece. So for this piece here, we have 3x, which is 6, plus 4. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 4, that gives us a grand total of 22. Let's make sure we get 22 over here as well. We're going to get 2 times 6 plus 10. That's 12 plus 10. Oh, good. They're both the same like they should be because this was the midpoint, 22 and 22. So the length of the whole thing is 44 units. Okay, that's the end of page 2. I'll get started on page 3 shortly.